the custom of our celebration. Now, I would like to request all the dignitaries on the stage for lighting the lamp and chanting the slogans by the students. Sir. Thank you, dear students and all the dignitaries. Now, I would like to request our student volunteers to give a bouquet to our esteemed principal and esteemed Dean of Instructions and respected administrative officer. This presentation will be done later on. Now, as program coordinator, I'm going to initiate the program. Good morning, one and all. I, Dr. Kalinga Ketki, program coordinator, would like to take this opportunity to welcome our chief guest, Honorable Sri Avasara Beuria sir, former Ambassador, Government of India. I welcome Honorable Chairperson, Professor Dinesh Prasad Saklani sir, Director NCERT, New Delhi. I welcome our Honorable Principal, Professor P.C. Agrawal sir, and I welcome respected Professor Sandhyarani Sahu madam, Dean of Instructions of this institute. Then I welcome respected Sri Puskar Behraji, Administrative Officer. And I welcome all the dignitaries. I welcome Professor H.K. Senapati sir, former Director NCERT. I welcome Duryodhan Parida sir, Alumni Association President. And I welcome Sri S.K. Das ji, our Senior Professor. And I welcome all the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. And I welcome all the students present over here and all invited guests from various departments of NI, other RIs, retired faculties and staff of the institute, as well as current faculties, staff and students of the institute and DM school, members of the Alumni Association for being part of this program. We are celebrating the 60th Foundation Day of our institute today to reminisce and to honor its establishment, to commemorate its humble beginning and its journey. It is a day to introspect and retrospect. On this day of 1963, our institute was established as a constituent unit of NCERT, and since then, it has been making all efforts to cater to the educational needs of 13 states of the eastern and northeastern region of India. One of the vision and mission of the institute is to be a center of excellence in the field of school and teacher education. And to achieve it, continuous efforts have been put on by the faculty members from time to time for promoting research in different areas of content, pedagogy, and technology relating to school and teacher education. RI Bhubaneswar has been able to make a significant contribution in fulfilling the mandate of NCERT under the able guidance and leadership of our Honorable Director, Professor Dinesh Prasad Saklati sir, and our esteemed, lovable Principal, Professor P.C. Agrawal sir. Thank you very much, sir. Now, I would like to invite our respected Dean of Instruction, Professor Sandhyarani Sahu Madam, to talk about the institute.
Thank you, Dr. Ketaki. Good morning, one and all present here. On this auspicious occasion, I have given the charge or responsibility to talk about our institute, which is a very, very prestigious institute because my association with this institute is since 1984. So in front of me, I have seen the institute growing to this new height. Honorable Chairperson, Professor Dinesh Prasad Saklani sir, Director NCERT. Our chief guest, Sri Abasara Beuria, former Ambassador, Government of India. Esteemed Professor Sabita Acharya, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Utkal University. Professor P.C. Agrawal sir, our principal, our beloved principal, R.I. Bhubaneswar. Professor H.K. Senapati, former Director, NCERT. Mr. A.K. Mishra and J.K. Chaudhary, Headmaster, DM School. Our respected alumni members, our respected Administrative Officer, Mr. Puskar Behera, Dr. Kalinga Ketaki, the coordinator of the program, all the heads of the department, my dear colleagues and my dearest students, and all the dearest staff. I welcome you to this auspicious program of celebrating 60th Foundation Day of RI Bhubaneswar. It gives me immense pleasure to speak about this prestigious institute having a glorious academic legacy on this occasion. As all of you know, that RI Bhubaneswar, located in the temple city of India, is one of the constituent units of NCERT, New Delhi, and other institutes are in Mysore, Bhopal, Ajmer and Shillong. RI Bhubaneswar provides academic and technical support to the states of Odisha, West Bengal, Bihar, Jharkhand, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, Tripura, and the Union Territory of Andaman Nicobar Islands for improvement of school education through pre-service and in-service programs. All our students are sitting before us, they belong to these different states. However, with the establishment of NERI Shillong, the B.Ed course, pre-service B.Ed course and the teacher training program have been shifted to NERI. RI is a co-educational residential institute having students from diverse languages and cultures of various states and union territories, representing a miniature India. Students are obedient, law-abiding, and they coexist peacefully. So we are very, very proud of our students. Our students also cherish the values embedded in the land of Bhubaneswar, and they all know that in 261 BC, along the bank of river Daya, there was a miraculous transformation of Emperor Ashoka from Chandashok to Dharmashoka in the path of peace and non-violence. Our students, they undergo similar type of transformation towards becoming future teachers during their stay in the institute. They imbibe the values and they also take an oath to impart these values to the students whom they are going to teach in future. We have many pre-service courses, 4-year integrated BA B.Ed, BSc B.Ed, 2-year B.Ed, 2-year M.Ed and 1-year M.Phil. We have also many programs like PhD coursework, PhD supervision, DCGC program, DPSC program which is being piloted this year, and we are very, very hopeful that this will be a very, very important program for all the science teachers. And under the able guidance of our Honorable Director and the leadership of our principal, 4 vocational courses are being prepared which will be offered as elective subjects in the pre-service teacher education programs. We all know that our BA B.Ed, BSc B.Ed, B.Ed and M.Ed students, they undergo internship as per the NCERT guidelines in different schools of Eastern India. The multicultural exposure to tribal, rural and urban schools and fieldwork with community, they give enough exposure to our students to be with the community and to understand the reality of the society and the reality and needs of our students. The institute also organizes, as a nodal institute, organizes PhD programs in education over the years. And beside education, our faculty members, they take up many research scholars in various subjects by the Utkal, as mandated or given by Utkal University. Our students are motivated to participate in various activities of the institute, from sports, games to various curricular activities and other curricular areas which contribute to the complete development of our students' personality. It offers plenty of opportunities to the students to showcase their potential through participatory programs such as talent search, spring festival, literary competitions, teaching aid exhibition, NSS, NCC, RI students meet and games and sports. And we have many, many in-service programs we conduct in RI Bhubaneswar. Here, the teacher training, the training is in teacher education at different levels of school education. Other need-based short-term courses and projects are also undertaken after discussion with the state governments, with the state government authorities as per their requirement. As already we have told you that since we have different courses, we have 4 different departments, important departments: Department of Education, Department of Education, Science and Mathematics, Department of Education in Social Science and Humanities, and Department of Extension Education. The Department of Extension Education is to me and to all of us is the most important department because it assists the institute in organizing various in-service and extension programs in school education, including teacher education for the states and union territories of this region. It also monitors activities under integrated scheme of Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan. We have a very important unit, or we can't say that department, but unit, which is Demonstration Multipurpose School. And this Demonstration Multipurpose School is a laboratory school of the institute for undertaking action research, experiments, innovations in school education, and it is a co-educational school with classes from pre-primary to higher secondary. It is designed as a pace-setting institution and affiliated to CBSE, and this school has produced generations of students who have achieved excellence in various fields. We have other activities like research activities, we have development activities, we have extension activities. We have a good alumni association, and they help us time and again, and they also suggest, they also guide us how to develop the institution. We have a beautiful library, and our students are placed in various schools after the schools. Many important and very good schools, they come and from across the country, and they try to take our students. So our students, because of their integrity, because of their excellence in their field, they have successfully they are placed in many different schools, and that shows the prestigious aspects of the institute. The institute is marching ahead in tune with the time to promote quality education in the country in general and in the region in particular. I wish all of us the best, because 60 years we have completed, more to go, and best wishes to all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your insight and valuable information you have shared with us about this institute. Now, our Honorable Director, Professor Dinesh Kumar Saklani, sir, already joined with us. Sir, I welcome you on this August occasion. Now, I would like to request our Honorable Principal, Professor P.C. Agrawal, sir. Sorry, we are having some little bit problem because our Honorable Director, sir, is highly busy in some other activities. So that's why I will take this opportunity to invite our Honorable Director, Professor Dinesh Prasad Saklani, sir, to talk about this program. Sir.
Yeah, very good morning to you, all of you. And first of all, I congratulate all of you for this Foundation Day of this 60th Foundation Day of the RI Bhubaneswar. I am very much fortunate to join with you for this occasion, and the principal and all other dignitaries on the dais, my colleagues, faculty members, dear students, and supporting staff. My heart is with you, although I am not physically available, and on screen also I cannot be for longer time. As you know that crucial meetings are there today. We have to go for executive committee meeting, and there is another meeting by the Minister of State. So there are much more tasks, and we slept at 1:30 in the night. I know you people are also working like this only, because institutions and nation is built by the commitment and engagement and highly professionalism. That I could see that you all are like that, working like that. I had the opportunity to visit you there last time, and I could see that lot of work is going on, and under the able leadership of Professor Agarwal and due support of all of you, this institution is growing. Now I have given you some tasks, and on this birthday of the institution, again I want to give you the gift in the form of the assurance that I will be with you for each and every activity which is going to strengthen our institute. So for that, this is my enduring support to you. I will be with you for all time, uh, provided that you yourself stand at the strong wicket. So you are very well know that you have the mandate of going for the accreditation, NAC accreditation, and you must be preparing hard for that. All of you, only a principal or somebody cannot do, director cannot do, without the support of the family members. As we see that we all are family members, NCERT family, and you are part of NCERT family. So I also hope that you all are strengthening the institution by supporting each other, working in close association of each other for the progress of the institution. Because as I said earlier, that the institutions are built only with cooperation and with commitment. And I hope that all of you are doing that, so that you may get the good, A or A plus accreditation in NAC, because this NAC has become compulsory since now we are launching new course, that is ITAP, and you know that for ITAP institution has to be NAC accredited. So for that, it is must. This is big challenge and opportunity also for you to work for that, be together, cooperate each other, and get accredited in the highest category of NAC. That will be one thing which you can, for birthday of this institution, resolve today. As we ask for our kids' birthday, that so many things from the God, His blessings. In the same way, this institution is our mother, because we are being facilitated, supported, and whatever we are today, we all are due to the identity given by this institution to us. So it is our onus, it is our duty and moral as well as professional duty to be with this. Just as we serve our mother, we have to serve our institution. And by doing that, we are serving Mother India, so our nation. So that is the commitment which is required as of now. Then there are other issues which I have reflected upon while being with you. And I hope that you all are aware of those issues and you are taking the journey of the progress of the institution ahead with full vigor and enthusiasm. Kala Utsav will take place there. As I have assured you that this year, next year in January, we are going to celebrate Kala Utsav, and Kala Utsav is a big occasion for re-energizing the institution. Such occasions give you the energy and passion which is required from time to time, because the journey is very tiring always, but then we take a respite, and this Kala Utsav may be in the form of respite for you, and that will again bring you back to the vibrancy of your functioning. So I don't have much time. I wish you all the best. My students are also there. I cannot address each and everybody this time, as I am busy, but certainly I will be there with, for another occasion. Very soon I will be planning to visit you, and I wish you all the best. I wish this institution great day and great year and great time ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your sagacious, insightful, and mesmerizing presentation in every way possible to all of us on this great day. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Now, I request our student volunteers to present the bouquet to our Honorable Principal, Professor P.C. Agrawal, sir. सर एक के बाद एक करते हैं, नहीं जब फोटो खींचने में प्रॉब्लम होता है. कुंदन जल्दी लाओ ना. बोला Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Now, give bouquet to our esteemed Dean of Instructions, Madam Sandhani Sao, and our Administrative Officer, Sri Puskarji. Thank you very much. Now I humbly request our Honorable Principal Professor P.C. Agrawal sir to talk about the Foundation Day and introducing the Honorable Chief Guest and other dignitaries.
Namaskar, Shubh good morning. Esteemed Chairperson, Head of the Family, NCERT, Professor Dinesh Prasad Ji Saklani, our Chief Guest, Beuria Sir, and Guest of Honor, our Honorable Vice Chancellor and Chairperson of the Management Committee of this Institute, Professor Sabita Acharya, Dean of Instructions, Professor Sandhyarani Sao Madam, our Administrative Officer, Puskar Behra Ji, Coordinator of this program, and Students Advisor, Dr. Kalinga Ketki, our former Director, Mentor and Guide, Professor H.K. Senapati Ji, all the heads, faculty members, alumni of this institute, faculty and staff of the institute and DM school, and dear students, at the outset, I congratulate you the 60th Foundation Day of this institute. Today we are entering in the 60th year, or to complete 6 decades of excellence of this institute. So I would like to speak something about emergence of this institute, how this institute emerged. As we all know that just after independence, we had to focus on education, as education was one of the most critical areas to be focused on and redefined as per our requirements after independence. And there were certain commissions and committees were constituted, formed, and to overall, because time limitation is there, so I will not speak everything, to overall the school education system, a work plan was visualized in form of Secondary Education Commission, popularly we say Mudaliar Commission, in 1952-53. In 1953, this commission recommended the need to establish multi-purpose schools with a variety of diversified courses, programs to suit the different abilities and cater to the students' varying interests, aptitudes, and talents. And the plan was to increase enrollment in secondary schools and link education of this stage to the needs of country, as had been endorsed by CAB, Central Advisory Body of Education, in 1954. Thus, the initiative to open multipurpose schools or scale at existing schools as per the new norms began. Meanwhile, to develop a holistic view of education in the country, the NCERT, National Council of Educational Research and Training, was established in 1961, and I think we all know that this society was formed by merging 7 national institutes which emerged after independence. NCERT was registered as a society under the Societies Act, merging these 7 institutes, and started working as an autonomous body to assist and advise the central and state governments on policies and programs for qualitative improvement in school education. By the year 1961, the country realized the need for quality teaching resources to equip multi-purpose schools. the Ministry of Education, Government of India, further decided to establish 4 regional colleges of education in the country to train teachers required for multi-purpose and secondary schools. The regional colleges project was transferred to the NCERT. The work for the project was started in January 1962 by a team comprising officers of the Government of India and consultants from the Ohio State University under the United States Agency for International Development, popularly known as USAID. In India, a number of national levels consultations were held with subject experts, educators, educational administrators, and officials of the prospective affiliating universities to finalize the plan and program for the proposed colleges. Approximately 100 acres of land were provided by the home states free of cost for these colleges. One of the objectives of the NCERT was to establish and conduct regional colleges of education, the model institutes, in different parts of the country for the development of research, training, and extension in general, and development multi-purpose secondary education in particular. And we all know that 4 colleges of education were established during 63-64, along with adjoint multi-purpose schools, popularly called the demonstration multi-purpose schools, as laboratory schools for teacher trainees and teacher educators. The foundation stone of this institute was laid down on 5th August 1963 by the then Minister of Education, Government of India, Sri Kalulalji Simali. In 1982, a task force was set up by Government of India under Dr. Srimati Madhuri Shah, the then UGC chairperson, to critically assess the role, organizational structure, and functions of NCERT. And one of the important recommendations of this task force was to develop the regional colleges of education into regional centers of NCERT, which was reviewed later on by the R.C. Das committee, and this committee submitted report in January 1987. One of the major recommendations of this committee was to rename the regional colleges of education as regional institutions of education to bring in-service training in the arena. Earlier, the focus was only on pre-service, and now the focus on pre-service as well as in-service is started. And I'll not go in detail, but in 1995, RCs were then renamed as Regional Institutes of Education, and one more RI in Northeastern region was established, which we popularly say, or which is known as NERI, Northeastern RI. So we are going to complete this year 6 decades. A long journey this RI has done, and we all know that this RI has established, all the RIs, and particularly this RI, has established its brand, its name, and have touched many milestones. And in the coming year, which will complete 6 decades, I hope that working together, our institute will again put newer milestones. So this was a brief introduction, though there are many things to speak about this institute, and we all know that earlier we had various programs in the institute which were then modified, and now we all know that what type of programs are being run. Again, we are thinking about vocational education and different types of educations to bring back, to produce or to imbibe those things in our teachers, in our prospective teachers, who will later on transact these things to the states. So this was a brief history I wanted to tell, and it is an honor for me actually to introduce our guests. We all know that our chairperson, Dinesh Prasadji Saklani, head of our family, is a renowned historian. Professor Saklani has contributed a lot in our Indian knowledge system and deepened our understanding regarding Bharat में ज्ञान की लोक परंपराएं, about different ethnic and cultural groups, and our Holy Granth of Wisdom, Ramayana in different perspectives. Madam Professor Savita Acharya, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Utkal University, Chairperson of our Institute's Management Committee, is First Lady Vice Chancellor of this very big and old NAC A+ University. Professor Savita Acharya is an Indian anthropologist and expert in social and cultural anthropology who holds the Commonwealth Postdoctoral Fellowship Award, granting her the experience of working at the prestigious University of Oxford, United Kingdom in the year 2002. Professor Acharya has served as chairperson of the PG Council and Director of College Development Council in Utkal University. She has been teaching and gaining research experience for over the last 3 decades. She has done her doctoral work on anthropology of pilgrimage at Puri and Simachalam in the year 1991 from Utkal University. Besides that, she has been working and exploring on different areas of social and cultural anthropology in different avenues. She has undertaken field work in different tribal and rural villages to study different aspects of rural and tribal communities, including PVTGs, particularly vulnerable tribal groups of Odisha. She has presented research-based papers which are very well appreciated in various academic forums like World Congress organized by International Union of Anthropological and Ethnographical Sciences at China, Manchester, Brazil, Poland, and institutions like University of Tübingen and Goethe University, Germany. As a prolific writer, she has penned over 60 research papers and edited 3 books maintaining academics at the peak of her priorities. Her book, Pilgrimage of Indian Civilization, is highly acclaimed by the researchers and the students alike. She has been trusted and credited with completing many research projects, including being awarded a major research project by University Grants Commission, New Delhi. As the Director School of Women Studies, she has worked tirelessly towards bringing the gender neutral and gender equality in the campus of educational institutions, thereby focusing in conducting various gender sensitization programs and outreach activities for constant awareness in the state. So Professor Acharya believes in simplicity in life and in work. She takes care of her people and focus and act on what is important. We welcome you, madam, for sparing your valuable time and to grace this function, this occasion. And now I would like to introduce the audience, our chief guest, who is very well known, Sri Abasar Beuria. Ambassador Abasar Beuria had served in Indian diplomatic missions in Japan, Russia, formerly USSR, United States of America, United Arab Emirates, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, and Madagascar. He was critically involved as a member of the Indian delegation in bilateral and multicultural international talks, including Non-Alignment Summit, Commonwealth Heads of Government Conference, and G77 conventions, etc. Before joining the Indian Foreign Services, Mr. Beuria worked as bank officer and lecturer. He studied MA Political Science from Utkal University, Bhubaneswar, and Bachelor of Arts degree from the prestigious Revansa College, Cuttack, in Odisha. He is presently residing in Bhubaneswar after retirement from service and is closely associated with leading socio-cultural and philanthropic organizations. Mr. Beuria is a painter, columnist, and leading Odia and English dailies and author of 5 books. And as I learned, he is working for the promotion of the Odia language, and he is associated with state level, high level committees. I also welcome you, sir. This institute, me and my faculty staff, we all welcome all of our guests, chairperson, for sparing their valuable time, for giving consent, and for getting connected on this occasion with us. And definitely your words of wisdom will show us path that how we should move further in the last year of 6th decade, so that more feathers in the glory of the institute are added. Once again, I thank each and everyone, and especially Chairperson chief guest and guest of honor. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your fascinating, crystal clear and comprehensive information about the institute you have shared with us and introduced our chief guest and guest of honor and chairperson to all of us. Thank you very much, sir. I feel honored to take the opportunity to invite the Honorable Guest of Honor, Professor Sabita Acharya Ma'am, Vice Chancellor, Utkal University, Bhubaneswar, to address this august gathering. Madam.
A very good morning to all of you, esteemed, Honorable Director NCERT, Professor Dinesh Prasad Saklani, Professor PC Agarwal, the Principal of RIE Bhubaneswar, Sri Abasara Beuria, former Ambassador, a known person in our state, Professor Sandharani Shahu, the Dean of Faculties, Dr. Kalinga Ketaki, the Coordinator, Sri Puskar Behra, and all the faculty and staff of Regional Institute of Education, Bhubaneswar, and my dear friends, all students, and all ladies and gentlemen present over here. I congratulate all the stakeholders of RIE Bhubaneswar for celebrating its 60th Foundation Day today on 5th August. It has already completed 60 years in Bhubaneswar. As I came to know from the speech of Professor Agrawal, the principal, that it was started and how it came to today's position regarding the history and development of RIE Bhubaneswar. And as I know, the main objective of Regional Institute of Education is qualitative improvement of school education through innovative pre-service and in-service teacher education program and relevant research, development and extension activities. And if I say about Regional Institute of Education Bhubaneswar, it caters to both pre-service and in-service needs pertaining to school education of Odisha and also Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Sikkim, Manipur, Mizoram, Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Tripura, ANN, etc. So, the following regular pre-service programs are running in this institute under the affiliation of Utkal University and approval of NCTE. And Bhubaneswar RIE is running 4 years integrated BSc, B.Ed, BA, B.Ed, 2 years B.Ed, 2 years M.Ed, 1 year MPhil in education, and also PhD in education. And in addition to it, a diploma course in guidance and counseling by the institute on distance come face-to-face mode. So I again congratulate all the stakeholders of RIE, particularly Principal RIE, for maintaining such type of different courses under one roof. The main function of Regional Institute of Education Bhubaneswar is particularly on teachers' education, educational research, even capacity building task of NCERT, and many more in the area of teacher training, skill development, in new pedagogical concepts, strategic institutional and classroom management techniques, material production, curriculum, renewal, monitoring, and educational research. During my tenure of 1.5 years in Utkal University as Vice Chancellor, I have attended many meetings and I was quite impressed with the total effort of RI. Everything was very systematic and organized. So I congratulate the entire institute. And also, this institute assists in the implementation, monitoring, and evaluation of centrally sponsored schemes like science education, vocational education, educational technology, population education, education for sustainable development, peace education, computer education, inclusive education, and also environmental orientation to the school education. So, to assist the state, it also is capable to assist the state in development of field training and evaluation of curriculum materials, textbooks, instructional materials, and preparation of training packages with special reference to inclusive education, gender sensitivity, multi-grade teaching, and also special education. So regional center of NCERT and the implementation of policies and programs of NCERT, besides designing regional and state-specific need-based programs, this RI in Bhubaneswar is also acting at the regional center. And the institute also acts as a nodal center for education as a discipline under Utkal University. So the main objective is to provide academic support to clientele states in eastern region, even to Andaman and Nicobar Islands, as per their needs in school education. Another function of RI Bhubaneswar is to document and disseminate innovative classroom practice. So I can say only that these are the functions, the objectives of Regional Institute of Education, Bhubaneswar, and I hope I can suggest here one thing. Just, this is the question, or the challenge before us, how to implement new education policy 2020 as quick as possible. And I think you have already started it from your end. And as I know, in university, it is in the infant stage. The big challenge for us, how to implement it in higher education. So I can suggest that as per the NCERT, the RI Bhubaneswar can implement the new education policy 2020 very shortly. And at the end, again I congratulate for the 60th Foundation Day celebration organized by Regional Institute of Management, Bhubaneswar. Thank you, all the best. And my best wishes are always with you. Namaskar. Thank you. Jai Jagannath.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ma'am, for your comprehensive and informative speech about the objectives of this institute. And after heard your speech, I don't think that anybody can have any slightest doubt in his or her mind about the objective of this institute. Ma'am, thanks a lot for your valuable and informative speech you have shared with all of us on this great occasion. Thank you. Thanks a lot, ma'am. Now I feel fortunate enough to take this opportunity to invite the Honorable Chief Guest of today's occasion, Sri Abasar Beuria sir, former Ambassador, Government of India, to address this audience. Sir.
Esteemed Director, esteemed Principal, all the faculty members and students, good morning, namaskar. I first want to extend my greetings to all of you for the Foundation Day, and you are going to complete 60 years recently. That's too long a period for a good institution, but that's also a foundation to march ahead and to maintain the good education that is imparting to all of you. Congratulations to the teachers and the faculty members, and congratulations to others also who are part and parcel of this institute, famous institute. Now, what is education actually? Come to think of it. Now, education is actually provides platform to you, an individual, for awareness. It is very necessary to be aware of your surrounding and what is happening in the world. Now, this awareness also is necessary for the progress of a country or a society. That is the main purpose. That is why Gandhiji used to say that drawing out the best in the child's body, mind, and spirit should be the purpose of education. Now, keeping in view this, we can compare what was the system of education in India in the past and what is the present situation in education. Now, in the past, education was one way of acquiring knowledge, but at the same time, there was an emphasis on also character building. That is something very important in educating a person, because as you say, they will be more acceptable and more competitive in the society. Now, whereas this was our aim in the ancient times, that in Gurukul system, that education is not only to disseminate knowledge, but it also is a character building. It is a scope to prosper or flourish your hidden talent in a personality. So that was the case. That is why it is also very essential to learn from the family. You see, family is a nursery where a child learns many things from her relatives, from your neighbors, and that helps him for the cultural development of that individual. Unfortunately, that system, that purpose has been diluted in present times. Sorry. Now it is, it is a process. It is a process through which a student goes to a school or a college and gets a certificate, and that helps him for getting an employment. That means the aim is to give education for employability for individual. That is why, you find so much frustration and restlessness in the society, because the main purpose, creating good citizens, is not emphasized now or not given a priority. It is now how to competitive to get an employment. So this, I think, we have to look into and see what can be done. Against this backdrop, I think which the guest of honor had told you, the new education policy is a revolutionary step, according to me. Maybe there are many of you may not agree with some of the views there, but it is certainly, if implemented sincerely, it will be a revolutionary step. It will overhaul the system of education in our country, and certainly in times to come, it will help for the reconstruction, national reconstruction, and our development. Because nowadays, education also should be keep in mind that world has become small. It is the interdependent countries. It's a cooperative civilizations. So you have to think from this angle while making a policy. Now in America and other countries also, they are now having the new schools where they are preparing students to be competitive in the modern world, to understand what world is. Even they are giving education about the other countries, the foreign languages, visiting to other countries to have a feel of the country, the culture and civilization. That is how they are preparing to them as citizens of the future. I think we have not come to that stage, but with the present system of education, we can create a group of people by education who will be competitive and can contribute to the society and contribute to the world at large. So this should be our purpose. Now, why I say that this NEP 2020 is something revolutionary? Because it is for the first time, not first time, I think the right to education was also there. But now this provides the scope for universal access at all levels of school education. By this, they are expecting 2 crores out of school children will be brought to the scheme back in the mainstream. Now, for the first time, age group of 3 to 6 have come under the education curriculum, because this is a crucial stage for development. It has been studied and it has been examined. It has been our experience in other countries, developed countries, that it is a very crucial stage for development. Now, there is the other thing which attracts me is that school curriculum aims at holistic development of a student of 21st century skills. The 21st century skills. Without that, I don't think we can be very competitive. Now, not only that, students like in other foreign countries will have flexibility and choice of subjects. No rigid separation of arts, science, and extracurricular activities and curricula. So vocational training also from 6th grade is another good aspect of it. Now this also, I'm so sorry, this also provides a scope for mother tongue or regional language should be the medium of instruction within the formula of 3 language formula, which will help to develop our mother tongue. Now, there was a controversy recently that unless you know English, you can't progress. Of course, English is very essential because it is an international language. It is a language of computer, it's a language of science, it's a language of international trade. But if you make a survey that all the developed countries, all the developed countries of the world, whether Japan or South Korea, France, Italy, Germany, all their education medium of instruction is mother tongue. And they are very much developed. And I don't touch United States of America and United Kingdom because their mother tongue is English. So this is a wrong notion we have. Even I was like you a few years back. It's a wrong notion that without English, you cannot progress. It has been proved, as I was telling you, all the developed countries have this medium of instruction as as medium of instruction in college education, school education, and other things. Now, in this connection, I would like to say you something also. I belong and I am heading an institute, private institute, known as Institute of Odia Studies and Research. We have recently, in association with AICT, translating books for undergraduate students, technical education, engineering, medical, and other things. We are translating and we have completed 20 subjects so far. So we have used, good translators, reviewers, subject experts. So a time to come when, you see, the biggest problem of why this mother tongue is necessary. Now take for example Odisha. Now Odisha, 91% of the people, students studying in Odia language. But when they come to +2 stage, and it is all in English, so they find that they are not capable of coping up with that. So this is for the first time an attempt is being made for the students who are neglected, who are in far off distant places, to get a chance to know and join higher education in different fields of that. So this is the main purpose why it should be promoted. But it doesn't say that English will be removed or Hindi will be removed, but it gives an opportunity to this. In fact, the NEP also says that no language will be imposed on anyone. It now talks about equitable and inclusive education. That is, no child will lose any opportunity to learn, all due to birth or background. So it is an equitable and inclusive policy that is. Now for the teachers, the other good thing is there is a provision for robust recruitment of teachers in a transparent way. Now this, I can assure you, now after the fact that which is agitating the minds of people and which now gets priority by almost all government, health, and the other is education. Because health will prevent a pandemic like this, education will create awareness. That is why the plan of government is that they will increase 6% to GDP growth, the allotment to education. So this is now education has caught the eye for most of the countries and things like that. And not only that, there are proposals also that how 3.5 crores new seats will be added to the higher education institutions. Multiple entry, exit points, higher education commission, then teachers education, then financial support to poor and background communities. These are some of the highlights of the NEP. And I think this, if it is implemented by all of you, and it is implemented and acceptable to the society, I think this will bring a revolutionary change in the field of education. With this, I wish you all success, and I wish that this new education policy, all of you contribute to ensure that it is a success. Because idea-wise, it is good. There may be difference of opinion on some points or other. Idea-wise, it is good. It's for the interest of the society, and it depends on the implementation. The implementation always, policies are very good in India, but when it's a question of implementing or working out, we somehow, because we don't have the infrastructure or we don't have other problems we have, that is why we can't progress. So with these words, I wish you all success, and I want the teachers and the students all success in their life. As I was telling you that, this is a very noble profession where you build a character of a child. You should accept this as a noble profession. It may not be very paying in comparison to some jobs, but let us not compare with that. Let us consented on one thing, that it is a very noble profession and we will build citizens of the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your ideas, thoughts, expertise, and knowledge to the August gathering. Sir, you very rightly talked about the importance of past education and present education. How past education was running or means acquiring knowledge, and how present education talks about giving education for all and holistic development of the students. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for your sharing and expertise with all of us. And our Honorable Director also highlighted many things. He especially talks about how to implement this education policy 2020, and he also talked about this Kala Utsav, and he also explains many things regarding this dairy farm and some other new farming or cultivation we are going to introduce in our institute for the benefit of the students. And our principal also very comprehensively, he talked about the importance of this Foundation Day. His speech was very much historic and historic journey of this institute, how the institute has come up to this stage what we are having today. So thank you very much. And he also talked about many informations about the growth of this institute, how the institute developed, and our esteemed Dean of Instructions, Professor Sandhani Sahu ma'am, also highlighted many things about the curriculum aspect and also highlighted the objective of this institute. And if we talk about our Vice Chancellor, Utkal University, who is also chairperson of this institute, she also talks about many things. I have already talked about that. She very clearly talked about the different objectives of this institute, and also she has agreed that I'm always there with you. You go ahead. That is a very good remark for all of us. Thank you very much, ma'am. Now it is a turn to invite our administrative officer, Sri Pushkar Behraji, to offer a formal vote of thanks.
नमस्कार। आभासी में जुड़े माननीय निर्देशक एनसीईआरटी एवं सभापति महोदय प्रोफेसर दिनेश प्रसाद सकलानी जी, विशिष्ट अतिथि प्रोफेसर सविता आचार्य माननीय कुलपति उत्कल यूनिवर्सिटी, आज के मुख्य अतिथि श्री अवसर बेउरिया पूर्व राजदूत, मंचासीन सम्माननीय प्राचार्य महोदय, डीन महोदया, कार्यक्रम समन्वयक महोदय, उपस्थित सकाय सदस्य, डीएम स्कूल से उपस्थित प्रधानाध्यापक, अध्यापकगण एवं प्यारे विद्यार्थियों, आप सभी को एनसीईआरटी की इकाई क्षेत्रीय शिक्षा संस्थान भुवनेश्वर की 60वें स्थापना दिवस की ढेर सारी शुभकामना एवं बधाई। जैसा कि आप सभी जानते हैं कि एनसीईआरटी भारत सरकार के शिक्षा मंत्रालय के अंतर्गत एवं सर्वोच्च शैक्षिक संस्था है, जो सन 1961 में संस्थापित हुआ था। संस्थापन से लेकर अब तक यह स्कूल शिक्षा से संबंधित परामर्शदात्री शैक्षिक संस्था की तरह कार्यरत है। आरआई भुवनेश्वर भी एनसीईआरटी की सहशाखा है, जिसके द्वारा टीचर एजुकेशन के क्षेत्रों में महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाई गई है। हाल में ही राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति 2020 को बनाने में एनसीईआरटी की प्रमुख भूमिका रही। हम सब मिलकर इस नीति के कार्यान्वयन में सफल भूमिका निभाएं, ताकि शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में हम प्रगति करें और जन जन तक इसका लाभ पहुंचे ताकि सबके सहयोग से सबका विकास हो सके। आइए इस शुभ अवसर पर हम संकल्प लें कि देश को शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में अग्रणी राष्ट्र बनाना है। आप लोगों ने अपना अपना बहुमूल्य समय देकर उपस्थित रहे, मेरे तरफ से और इंस्टीट्यूट के तरफ से धन्यवाद ज्ञापन करता हूँ। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
Now at the end of this program, we'll have our national anthem. It is my ardent request to all of you, please stand up.
अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा, तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा, जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Dear students, please you take your refreshment packet. We are having here with, okay? And it is my, listen, it is my ardent request to Alumni Association President Shri Duryodhan sir and